So, last part, after talking about the awakening, finding the magic miracle of the universe, and then have a belief and passion to live according to such awakening, so that you are not just for your own liberation, but for others to join. And for that, there's a strong belief and passion that what you have manifested and realized can be shared with others. That's Bodhisattva's way according to the Buddhism. And I'm fairly certain all the religion may have to go through some such awareness and the belief and the passion, except that there's a danger, as I mentioned in the previous video, that since we are talking about being conscious of unconscious, unconscious is beyond the mind framework. Therefore, there's a danger that we may believe in something which is not reflecting the laws of nature. So, what's this last part that I want to talk about is if and when we realize such awakening away from delusion, and there's a strong belief and compassionate sense, there's the wisdom and compassion that would come with it, so that we can come back to the world. Because to be awakened is each individual job, but after that happens, a liberated sense and belief and passion is realized, that you come back and share ideas with people, Bodhisattva's way. So one of my question here is, if so, what do you do? Where is the entrance? Where do you start? Then I thought my history, where I came to this point, is one, I had the question what this life is about, and then I found Daisetsu. But there's a guy named Shimura, I mentioned elsewhere, that his book I read 100 times. And it's more interesting than Daisetsu's book because it's apparent that Daisetsu has inspired this guy Shimura tremendously. So I could feel that he did all he could to share what he got out of Daisetsu Suzuki. And for me, it's like a helping. Raft is given not from Daisetsu or Buddha. That's too far away, but something that I can relate to. And so that became an important reference, as much as Daisetsu is a great reference, and other religious figures that I read and studied. So we may have to develop certain references so that we don't make a mistake. Let's be able to look at various angles to make sure that the way we understand is correct and the way we move forward with passion and belief is in line to make sense, to manifest with sincerity and truthfulness. So in short, if I say in few words, in few minutes, what that entrance will lead us to is to go through some study and understanding, but when what it comes down to is, if I may say directly, it's the death of ego, or death of mind, calm and quiet mind, not depending too much on the logic, human logic and word, but beyond that, what's behind it for the law of nature to manifest, to have such miracle. Words and logic can explain. Well, AI and all that development is helping, so we can use that. But at the end, I mentioned about Carl Jung. We are the inferno that we pass through. I forgot all the sentence of what Jung said, but I may put it in the description. That at the end is that hardship that, in my case too, I went through. The 8th day of vipassana, I was suffering. And when I questioned, is it because I want to get out of suffering? I suffer. And then I realized that I was looking at myself. Yes, my ego was trying to escape and I gave up. And at the time, this amazing things happened. And I found Eckhart Tolle saying the same thing, that he actually wanted to kill himself many times. And he was at the same space of this inferno. And he questioned, who is this me suffering? And who is this me asking the question? And that brought him into a different dimension, going beyond the mind, like in my case. Am I causing this suffering? So it relates to death of ego, which is unnatural in human world, because you want to save yourself. That's how parents teach you. But at the real end of this human suffering is to go beyond that. And that's when you have to go back to the Garden of Eden in a way, not depending on the words and logic and believe that you got that, but start from zero. And God's, or the law of nature's manifesting us to be alive is the foundation of it, and therefore we want to go back there. So my last few minutes is what I mentioned. This is like more than maybe 12 years ago, related to my work. And I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a transformation of the organization. And the process I characterized then was this: passion. Well, I didn't say belief and passion, but I said passion. And there's a challenge to go with it. And following that is to go beyond the conventional use of the mind or the conventional logic or conventional wisdom, like the point of Satori, awakening. And when you get to the level, you may have awakening. Go beyond the mind with passion to the point of forgetting yourself and let go. Then the Satori may happen. And you go through many times, passion to believe, or passion to challenge, to go beyond the conventional wisdom and awakening, and practice it over and over. And then my word I mentioned in the other video is Ten-mei, order from heaven. You realize that. With like a mission, a belief and passion to do good for the society. And there is the happiness. So that's what I believe has happened in my case, and my 3 cents to share. In my view, it's worth it. I have a strong belief and passion. And that's also connected to a person like Konosuke Matsushita. And if you look at many people's life, Daisetsu or Buddha and many others, I see something common, and that they lead us the way moving forward. Thank you.